What's up, people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed and welcome back to yet another video. Today, I'm discussing with you The Last of Us. I want to begin with saying this. I think The Last of Us is the perfect adaptation of a video game to a TV show, and I will get into why I think it is one of the better adaptations of a TV show. But let me just get one thing out of the way. The biggest reason why I felt that this was the perfect adaptation of a TV show, it stayed true to the source material that we've all known. Yes, there are a lot of people out there who felt that staying true to the source material kind of gave away the story for the people who've played the game, but then you also have to understand that there are a lot of people that have not come from playing the video game. Personally, I've heard of the game, I played it probably a couple of times, never got past the first 10 minutes of the game, and then I gave up because I kind of do that sometimes. But this TV show actually made sure that I finished watching The Last of Us, and that is the biggest compliment that I can give the TV show, that it kept me interested from the beginning to the end. And the fact that it was so true to its source material made it so much more interesting, because I kind of already knew what the story was, but at the same time there were some twists and turns that were added just for the TV. There were plot points that weren't in the game but were added into the TV show for a better story, and that made absolute sense. Yes, there are a certain amount of people that are saying that it could have been a TV show that was not as true to the source material but made a lasting impact, and I agree. They could have made certain changes and made the TV show a little better. Even though this TV show is a perfect adaptation from a video game to a television show, I still think that it is one of the few TV shows that have been adapted really well. You look at The Witcher, the controversy behind it. Henry Cavill is leaving, and I think Henry Cavill as The Witcher was one of the best things to happen to The Witcher. But now that he's leaving, I don't think I will watch The Witcher after season 3 comes out, which is coming out soon. The fact that The Last of Us stayed true to the source material made the show so much more likable for me. One of the biggest gripes that I've always had with an adaptation, whether it be from a book or a comic book or a game, has been that it doesn't stay true to the source material. You look at The Witcher, you look at The Sandman, you look at Rings of Power, you look at The Wheel of Time, you look at Harry Potter. That there have been so many changes from the source material that it kind of loses its originality. It kind of loses what made the original source stand out. At the same time, I understand the other side of the argument. If they had made a few changes for the TV show, it could have been better, which I agree with. But at this point, I think The Last of Us is perfect the way it is, and the people who don't know the story of The Last of Us 2 are in for a ride, because if you played the game, if you know what the game is, if you've seen run-throughs of Last of Us 2, you already know that season 2 is going to be mad. And the creators have actually made a mention of how they're going to spread out the story over multiple seasons, and you guys are in for a ride, man. For season 2 and season 3, you guys are in for a ride. Why did I love this show so much? Well, apart from the fact that it stayed true to the source material, there are multiple reasons why I love this show. First of all, Pedro Pascal as the lead made so much sense. Then Bella Ramsey as Ellie was another really good performance in the TV show. The fact that there were some additions that were made for television that weren't in the game, that made a lot of sense. I know it's not perfect, I know it's not the way that I would have thought it would have gone out myself, but I think the additions made a lot of sense for the TV show. The characters that were introduced just for the TV show made a lot of sense. It added a lot of variation to the story that was being told, and it added another layer of depth and storytelling that would not have been present otherwise. Overall, I think the cinematography of the TV show is something that stayed true to the fact. Like, if you've played the game, you've seen the game, you know that the visuals play a very big part into what the story is and what the story becomes, and this actually translates into the TV show as well, where the TV show makes it really interesting. The fact that the cinematography adds so much to the show, you are able to see a lot of the destruction and a lot of things that weren't existent otherwise. Also, I think this is the perfect time to tell you that this is how you do a very good zombie TV show. The Walking Dead was good for the first 5 seasons, and then it lost the plot majorly. I just hope The Last of Us doesn't suffer a similar state where the first 3 seasons are really good and then it just loses the plot after that. Overall, I think I loved watching the show. It was one of the better TV shows that I've seen in the last year or so. Was it a little overhyped? Yeah, probably. But was it worth the hype? For me, yes, it was definitely worth the watch. That's been my time. I hope you enjoyed this review, kind of a review, recommendation, whatever you want to call it. If you made it this far into the video, here are a couple of links and to the other videos that I made, or the links are here depending on how I leave it when I'm editing the video. Peace, and I'll see you in the next one really soon.